A historic prisoner swap with Russia earlier this month brought home three Americans, Evan Gershkovich, Paul Whelan, and a Russian-American journalist, Alsu Kurmasheva, who was detained for more than 9 months there in Russia. She had an emotional reunion with her husband and two daughters and was welcomed home by President Biden and Vice President Harris. She had been accused of spreading false information about the Russian military and was sentenced to 6.5 years in what Biden later called a show trial. Alsu and her husband, Pavel Butorin, join us now from Washington. Good morning to both of you. Alsu, welcome back.
Thank you. Good morning.
So I'm curious about conditions in Russia and what it was like in that cell there in Russia. But first, I want to ask about the readjustment. 9 months, you're in a windowless cell. Your life is not your own. You don't know what's going to happen next. You're thinking of your family. What's it been like just readjusting to quote unquote normal life?
Thank you for having me here in the studio. It's been less than a month, and I've been experiencing this wonderful, wonderful situation. I'm exploring, I'm readjusting to a new world. Most importantly, I'm managing my time finally. Oh, I learned to manage it, and my doors are open, and I'm enjoying a bite of a toast with avocado and eggs. Something we cherish every morning in a free world. And I'm still enjoying all of that. But most importantly, I'm with my family, with my children, with my husband, and that's the most important thing.
Also, I can bet that the simple things in life mean everything to you. But take us back to that moment where you found out that you were going to be released up until the moment where you stepped back on U.S. soil. What was going through your mind at the time?
I was fantasizing that moment from day one of my arrest. I was getting ready for that, but still, it came very unexpected. It was a Saturday morning, and I was told to pack my belongings within 15 minutes and be out. And they took me to a high-security prison in Moscow, and I didn't even know how long I will stay there. And it was, again, another morning, August 1st, when they brought my belongings and took me on a bus, then later on a plane to Ankara. I was scared. I felt happy. I knew it was coming, but still, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it was real until I hugged my children.
And I'm sure, Pavel, I have to ask, we saw your emotional reunion. Take us back to those weeks and months of going through the negotiations of trying to get her back. What was it like for you seeing her for the first time?
Well, every day, waking up, going about my day, looking at an empty chair at our dinner table, I kept asking myself, am I doing enough to bring Alsu back? Luckily, I had the support of the U.S. government. I was backed by an incredible advocacy team at Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, together with our friends at the Wall Street Journal, the Foley Foundation, the National Press Club, with the Free Press community. We built a coalition that helped us exert pressure on the U.S. government to make sure that Alsu was part of the negotiations with the Russians. We're overjoyed to have Alsu back with us. For my children who are growing up in the free world, it was wild to know that their mother was kept in a Russian prison only because she was an American journalist. We're happy to have her back in the free world where she can say and publish whatever she wants.
Alsu, you're in a very unique position here as a journalist and as a human being to tell us here in America what it's like in Russia right now. When you were moving there with your mom, you're trying to take care of her, you're moving around society. What does it feel like? And then when you get caught in this legal process, what does that feel like? What are the conditions like? It just feels like a black box to us over here. So any light you can shed.
It's still a beautiful country full of beautiful, smart people, especially young people who are open-minded. Unfortunately, the country is going through difficult times right now. They don't have access to free and independent news and information, and they're struggling. They're struggling. There's a deep uncertainty about the future, and that overwhelming sense of fear is taking over. People are afraid to talk to their neighbors, to their friends and family. That was my sense. I was locked up in a prison for almost 10 months, so it's hard to say what's going on there. Now I'm still not back in all that news cycle. I'm not following because I'm enjoying my life right now. I'm adjusting to very basic things, and. This is it. There was it last summer. I sensed that fear. People couldn't talk to each other. It's a dangerous place. It's a scary place right now. I wouldn't recommend anyone to go there. This is how it is.
Pavel, we have to go, but I need to ask you, and I'm resisting the urge to turn this into a therapy session, but as you were advocating for your wife, what did you learn about yourself? More importantly, what did you learn about your relationship?
Well, Alsu is not just my wife. She's my best friend of more than 20 years. I'm sure that this experience will only make us stronger. And I've also learned that my children, they have become the best advocates, the best spokespeople for the free Alsu cause. They're resilient young women. Well, too bad we missed a Taylor Swift concert because what were the odds? We had VIP tickets to a Taylor Swift concert, and what were the odds that her release would actually happen on that same day? We're still hoping to make it to a Taylor Swift concert. Taylor, if you're listening, help us out.
Well, we know some people that know some people.
Yeah,
We might be able to
Alsu.
make that happen for you.
Great pitch.
Pavel getting it done. He knows his moment is now.
There you go. Take advantage.
There it
Advocate.
is.
Yeah.
And hey, Pavel, I know you didn't see it, but that look that Alsu just gave you, priceless.
Priceless.
That's right.
Priceless. Thank you both for talking with us.
Thank you very much for having us.